Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Jumai.
Okay, I can't seem to see myself. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. Welcome, Deborah Oni. Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome, Bola Dale. Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the February edition of the WIMBIZ e-Roundtable. It is the first roundtable of the year. Happy New Year, everyone. My name is Jumai Logun, and I am your anchor for today. I am a certified esthetician and founder of Skin Aesthetic. Skin Aesthetic is a corrective mobile skin clinic, the first of its kind in Nigeria. My team and I delivers safe, personalized, and result-driven skincare solutions to your doorstep. Women in Management, Business and Public Service, WIMBIZ is a non-profit organization that has, over the last 20 years, implemented programs that inspire, empower, and advocate for greater representations of women in leadership positions in the public and private sector. WIMBIZ is also a volunteer-based organization funded largely by donations and contributions by members and partners, and is a supporter of the Code of Ethics and Conduct for NGOs. For more information about WIMBIZ, please visit www.wimbiz.org. We would like to thank our sponsors, Zaran Cosmetics and Doza Digital, for supporting the February edition of the WIMBIZ 2022 e-Roundtable. We'd like to, at the end of the roundtable, a link will be shared for a quick evaluation. Thereafter, an evaluation link will be sent to you all in a follow-up email. Please endeavor to complete the evaluation, as we would love to have your feedback. We kindly invite our dear participants who are not WIMBIZ associates to join us today. We appreciate our associates that has renewed their membership for 2020 and encourage those that are yet to renew theirs to do so. For inquiries, please contact via email, membership@wimbiz.org. The topic for today is the brand in you, which will be ably moderated by the beautiful and delightful CEO of Zaran Group of Companies, Mrs. Oke Maduewesi. Like I said, Mrs. Oke Maduewesi is currently the founder, Chief Executive Officer of Zaran Group of Companies, comprising Zaran International Limited, Zaran Cosmetics Limited, and Skin by Zaran, who are distributors and marketers of beauty care products under the Zaran brand. She's a versatile business leader with 20+ years of experience and successfully driving through vision, perseverance, and hard work. A multi-award-winning businesswoman and mother of 2 girls. Her entrepreneurial spirit and inspiring determination helped her create a company when she found herself widowed in 2019. She left banking to pursue her passion, creating a range of makeup that would suit all skin tone. Since then, she had brought joy to millions of women, women of color, I beg your pardon, who felt unloved and poorly created by the cosmetic, poorly catered for by the cosmetic industry. Ladies, please, and gentlemen, please let's welcome Miss Oke Maduewesi, our moderator for today.
Hello. Thank you so much. I can't see myself, WIMBIZ IT. Anyway, thank you so much, Jumai. Thank you so much. I don't know who gave you that hard work of reading my profile. But thank you.
I couldn't read everything, you know.
I know,
it's a
but
lot, so I just
think
picked some
given
stuff.
the time you had, you did an amazing job. Jumai, I just want to say I'm super proud of you. I remember the first time I met you. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Your doggedness was just there. And I know that's what has taken you to where you are today. Super proud of you. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Every seminar you go for, you see Jumai there. She just always wants to learn, wants to hear. And after the seminar, Jumai is the first on the queue to want to meet you, to talk to you, to reach you, to tell you what she's about, what she's doing. And we can all see. And as women, we have to be bold, we have to be tough, we have to be strong. So Jumai, thank you so much. I'm happy to share this platform with you. Thank you, WIMBIZ, for having me today. People know that this is the part that I do not enjoy doing. So when they called me to do this, I said, you know what? I mean, I have so many big mummies in WIMBIZ, so I just couldn't say no. And also, I came today because of the topic, the branding you. Is just so dear to me because my story of Zaram Cosmetics is pretty much about branding. For so many of you here and so many of you that want to do business or you work in a corporate environment, I think it's, most times we confuse brand and the product. Zaram Cosmetics, really today, my story from when I started from day one. And I'll just share a brief summary of how I started this business. From business school, the only thing I wanted to do, very first thing I wanted to do was to grow a global brand. That was it. It did not matter what the product, in fact, I did not know what the product was going to be. I just knew I wanted to grow a global brand that would come from Africa and go to the rest of the world. And it was after I decided in growing a brand that I started thinking of the products and I started streamlining on what sector to go into. And that's why you can see, and it's just the intangibility of branding. It's just so unique because when you have that in mind, then you are very deliberate. And I always go with keywords. So one of the keywords you take away today is just being deliberate. You must be deliberate about branding. So the look and the feel and everything you do has to speak that brand you're trying to build. Most people focus on product. Please, the product is just part of the brand. You must make sure that, you see, I told you, Juma is already writing. You must make sure that you really focus on what you want people to know you as, what your brand feel is. And your brand is not meant for everybody. You must know that. You know, what's your target audience? How do people want to be spoken of you? What's the human resource that would work with you to journey you through that brand? But that's not my job today. My job is not to take over the session today. I'm just moderating. But before we go into the main section, I'm so looking forward to that. But before we go, we have some questions. We have some survey, online survey. Very quick, very fast. Please, I've already seen your chats and you introducing yourself. That's why WIMBIZ is just such an active platform. When I saw everybody just trying to introduce yourself, Ademola from Lagos, from Kaduna, from Abuja, every part of the world, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is such a nice cohort. So please, IT, I'd like you to just put on the questions, the survey, so that we just want to know and have a feel of what's in your head right now. What do you think about brands? How do you think that your brand would grow? So we will just ask that we all participate, just put up your answers and we just have a few minutes to talk about it when we finish the online survey. So IT, over to you, please. Okay, so we have the first questions. I hope we can all say it. If you're not seeing it, please just put up a comment. The first question is, have you ever thought of yourself as a brand? It's a yes and no question. So please put up your answers. I'll give you 5 seconds to go through that. Then we'll move to the next question. The second question, which is probably one of the most important questions in building a brand. Do you have a brand communication strategy? Most people want to build a brand, but have you thought through it? Do you have a without strategy? There's absolutely no way you can build a brand. So do you really have one? Then third question is, which is the most effective digital strategy used for your brand? Is it social media? Is it content marketing? Is it affiliate marketing? Is it email? Is it others? I wish we had one that says all of the above, you know, but yeah, we don't have that here. So just choose which one is most important to you. And we have a fourth question. I would ask IT to just scroll up a bit so we can see that question, please. Oh, sorry, I think it's three questions we have today. So we have 5 more seconds to finish, then IT will give us the feedback. So please think through your questions and let's know what you think. So IT, can we go ahead to put the answers up, please? Fantastic. Oh my goodness, 84% of you have thought of yourself as brand. Please give yourself a round of applause. And for those that said no, don't feel bad about it. Just don't. I always say the race is not for the swift, so don't feel bad about it. It's okay, and I appreciate that you're being honest about it, and that's why you're here today. At the end of today, I hope that 16% of you that haven't thought about it will actually start thinking about it. So it's fine not to have thought about it, but by the end of today, please, could we start thinking about it? What do you want? Start thinking of yourself as a brand. So it's fine, but I'm really glad that most of us have. Do you have a brand communication strategy? Yes. I knew this will be a no answer for majority of us, which is 76% of us, because it's really a hard thing to think about. And it's not easy to just have that strategy. And even sometimes when you think you have it, you just find out that it's not working the way you have planned for it to work. And also at the end of today, I hope that we would have some answers. And what I would advise is by the time the keynote speaker finishes, please put up your questions. That would help you to get this through and help you with all of that. So we're going to have an opportunity to have the keynote speaker speak to us, hopefully to answer some of the questions and what you want to. Please, the last question, I haven't finished. IT, please, could you put it up again? So we'll have that. Then at the end of today, I hope that would, which is the most effective strategy for your brand, social media campaign, which 55% of us went with that, which I think should be yes for now. But also to know that I also would want you guys to know it depends on the time, because 10 years ago when Zaron started, we were not really focusing on social media. We were doing word of mouth. It was outdoor marketing, TV, and all the rest. And today, I mean, you don't see us do billboards like we used to, because it's also good for you to understand who you're speaking to in the market and the time and the seasons. Then it was mainly outdoor and word of mouth and all that. But now everybody's online. So it's very important for you to know that for every time, I mean, even in social media, there are different platforms on social media. What platform would work for your kind of business? Also know that a few years ago, there was no TikTok. Now you have TikTok or celebrities, and people actually sell products through TikTok, you know. So what works for you? Who are the audiences you're speaking? What's the demographic of the audience? What is the brand feel that you want to get? So that would also inform you on the best place to put your product and to build your brand. Thank you so much for participating. I would like to just go ahead. I mean, we have so much, and the guest speaker just makes me so excited. I'm going to introduce her. But before I introduce Dayo to you, I'd like to introduce her by saying a story about her. She has not heard this story from me before. So I remember before I started Zaron, this was about 17 years ago, really long time. Age is really, I mean, my biology clock is ticking really fast. I remember I used to work in Zenith Bank and I was in the Port Harcourt branch then. And because I did well of some sort, I was invited from a branch. And you know, when you're in a branch, you're like a stepchild. So I remember I was invited from the branch to come to Lagos for the award show. And I came to Lagos and it was just so big. You know, when you come from other parts of the country to Lagos, it's just all the Lagos for show. So you see all the show and everything. So I went for this award show, feeling like a stepchild, just being wild with everything I was seeing. And the event started, and who did I see on the podium? The host of the podium, and this amazing lady came out. I can't forget her. She came out and she was super confident, super bold, beautiful, elegant. Her command of the stage was next to none. And I remember just being wowed by this amazing, and the most beautiful that she was a woman. I was so wowed by her presence that day, I remember. And when she opened her voice to speak, oh my goodness, it just filled the whole venue. I said, who the hell is this person? But that's not even the question I have for her today. Dayo Benjamin, I'm going to ask you, this is about 17 years ago. I know the transformation I've gone through. I know how many grays I have since that time. I know the number of dress sizes I've moved since that time, but she has remained the same. When I say the same, she's remained the same. And Dayo, don't tell us it's vegetables or it's you're exercising or you're eating fruits. What are you drinking? That's my intro question. Ladies and gentlemen, please give an online high five. See how she still wears high shoes. Give an online high five and let's welcome Dayo Benjamin on stage.
Thank you very much. So you want to know what I'm drinking? I'm drinking what we're all drinking. You know, I say I'm intentionally happy. That is my ID, intentional happiness. But it's also the power of the brand in me, which is deliberate about connecting my faith to everything that I'm appointed to do, and I point my finger at to do as well. Today, I'd like to welcome everybody here in the physical location with me, and there where you are online in your virtual place, your address of reference. Today, doing what I do, being who I am, I'm so touched, okay, that you would tell me this happened how many years ago, and the impact of my coming into the room and what happened in that moment. For me, I don't remember, but you see, that's the power of a brand. What you don't remember about you coming into a room will remain with every other person who came into that room seeing you. Because the principle of branding is what people remember or say about you or think or resonates concerning you when you've left the room. For WIMBIZ, women in management, business, public service, and like I say, political participation, I just want to emphasize here today that the power of the brand in you is first that you believe in you. The big B is believe. The next B is be you to the full, be beautiful. Be absolutely you to the full, authentic and articulate. I love to put it this way, B is B for be real. Being real, but like I said today, let the brand first of all be you. And in being you, let that brand be beautiful to the full. The next thing is being real, being authentic and articulate. It's also about being novel, doing what you do in a novel way. Every time you come into a space to present yourself, not necessarily at an event, but every time you come into a space, you're presenting you, then I challenge you to do something new every time. Why? Because the new thing you do will always reset and rescale your brand for you and for everyone engaging you. You are the most important factor to be factored into any brand composition, whether you're working in an institution, a corporate reference, in a government or advocacy reference. You are the brand that brings to your brand not just a complementarity, but the power and the engine, the entrepreneurship of something new. So that's the N factor. But the D factor is the D in you. And the D in you is your distinctive. Many people put so much energy, so much time into becoming a title distinguished. The truth is, beyond what is distinguished, you and I know a distinguished title can become an X title distinguished. But your distinctivity will keep you in the DNA family that makes you legacy. Somebody put your hands together for you just now. The reality of the power of you is the brand in you. What did I say? The reality of the power in you. Be real. Be authentic. Whatever you do, when you're going to give a smile, and give smiles, make sure your smile always goes the extra mile, impacting, touching, changing, making a difference in 1, 2, 3 persons' lives. And as you make it 1, 2, 3, you know what happens? You effect change in a community. Every woman, whatever her space is in terms of business, public service, entrepreneurship, or just being a mama in a family, or a mama selling akara kose on the street side, is called to be a community influencer. That is the brand in her. The brand in you is not just about being a nurturer. Yes, we're told that as a woman, everyone is a nurturer. Yes, it's not just about the mother in you, but there is more in you. There is always more in you. And you are the brand that makes the more in you more for everyone that sees and engages you. Is there more to you? You were talking about a strategy. You're talking about a brand perception. Like I say, perception is king, but content is queen. I'm going to very quickly take us to a very special, amazing personality that just walked into the room. This is incredible. This is incredible. Okay, I'm getting all the sign language here, so I'm not going there. But the incredible people in the room outside this other extraordinarily incredible person who's here, because unexpected things happen when you're an unexpected brand working in your unexpected place. Does that resonate? Put your hands together for you then. So I've got an exceptional team of personalities here today. And right now, I'm just going to go straight to our presentation. The brand in you. You know what I love about this? Myself and the executive director, Hansatu, at TPT. Before we came up with that expression, with that font, with that descriptive font that you see right there, please may I have it back on the screen? Thank you very much. The brand in you was so many things. I had thought of something like brand new. I was trying to play with that word, brand new. So I went brand N with an apostrophe you. Please, do I have my whiteboard marker yet? Thank you, I do. So I had come up with something like this, brand new. And I went this brand. You know, I want to die a teacher. So I went this way, brand. And I looked at it new, and then I said, but I wanted to be about the you, the brand in you, in the persona, in the brand persona. So I went this way. But you see, when I did that, we had a challenge. What does that mean to anybody looking at? It looked at the brand and you, or the brand. It brought too much confusion. The most important thing with anything you want to do is make sure it's simple and explicit enough to communicate what your message, because the power of brand is a combination of you, your voice, and the message. And that is how come by the time we're through, even though I want to say everything is brand new, I just said, just say it properly, the brand where in you. Now, we had the brand in you, and then it still looked like, duh, it wasn't hitting. Okay, and so how do we brand the statement, the brand in you? We started working with it. One, this became colored in, giving the emphasis. And for everyone, when you're doing branding, please understand, branding is all about your power, impact, first impression, and sustained to building a legacy ultimately and eventually. And like I always say, when in doubt, wear red. I mean, hit it, go for red. Red brings out not danger, it brings out the ginger in you. The ginger in your brand is in you. Walking into the room, you got to make a presentation for your company, for your government, for your community, or simply your manifesto because you're running for political office. You got to make sure that you're stepping in there is red. All right. Well, what is red? You know, I love it. Our Atarodo, I always say pepper them. Somebody pepper them where? Pepper them round. A brand has to go where? All round and around. I've been very deliberate. I was coming in here and I saw 2 billboards that spoke to me. One was Cosgrove. Cosgrove was saying disruption. And for disruption, they put disruption and they put light bulbs, light bulbs, light bulbs. All the light bulbs were switched off except one that was suddenly switched on in the midst of that. That is who brand persona is. In the midst of what is common, you become the reference, the uncommon reference in that. So it said Cosgrove uncommon, disruption. And the next thing I saw was Hall 7, curating intentional living. Intentional. You have to be intentional about your brand. You have to be intentional about communicating what in you becomes the brand that celebrates you and that impacts the time reference of your own position and place of distinction. Again, more about distinctivity. So it was the brand in you, and then I worked it from, we worked it out, we're like, the brand should call me, and I would come back, and finally I say, you know what, let's do something with thee. Let's turn thee the other way, all right? I didn't even know I could write thee that way like that. And the brand suddenly became what? Look at that, the brand. Now, when you look at that expression there, the brand, amazing things happened. I did something on my own, and I found out that this the brand could easily be DBL, the brand. Now, how do you discover that? Everything about branding is intentional. Yes, for it to become intentional curation, it must first of all be intentional creation. Everyone is a creative. Branding is about the creativity where in you power it and you are able to put it out there. And like I said, when it comes to the message, voice and brand, do I have my cleaner, please? I need, where's my cleaner? Where's my cleaner? Where's my cleaner? Somebody help me rebrand the cleaner. Either this is not, it is a whiteboard marker. All right, I'll tell you what I simply want to do. Where's my white paper? I like writing as I work. Simply, I wanted to put you 2 words out for you. This is it. For you to be your voice, and you have message. The brand in you is about 2 things you are. The brand in you is about what? 2 things you are. You are one, and you must become that. Voice, and 2, the message. Now, it is a combination of this voice and message that is equal to brand. And I'll show you something. Voice minus message is what? Is nothing. Is voiceless, is brandless. Then message minus voice is colorless. So we have people who carry messages, but they do it in a way there's no impact, there's no resonance. You don't remember. When they leave the room, you are more challenged by their attitude. You don't even remember the message they came to deliver. In fact, you are not interested in their message. Now, the reality of pepper them round is simply this. Do you and I know that Nigeria has the #1 pepper in the world in terms of its bite and its zing? That pepper is the #1 hot pepper in the world. But you go to the market and it's just like, what do we call it? Atarodo. But you know, for me, when I'm working with my team, I'm the president of the Abuja Metropolitan Music Society, and I want to get them to project in terms of their performance. Last year, we hosted the opera Les Miserables. I tell them, look, ladies and guys, can you give me Atarodo, Atarodo? Do you see that? Now, when I come into the room and they see me, they say, Mama, Ata. What does that mean? Something was spiked in them, and it jumps from them into their performance style. Not just about giving me a range. All of them are amazingly ranged singers from soprano to the bass. But what made the difference wasn't just that they could sing, but in singing, they zinged it. And because of their zinging it, we've been invited by Opera Dubai to come and perform Les Miserables from Opera Abuja. It's the brand in them. These are not Europeans, they are Abuja youth from different suburb positions, workers who volunteer and have volunteered for 15 years, their voices and their talent. And through the instrumentality of the wife of an ambassador from Germany who was here 15 years ago, they were trained up and became not just a singing team or people singing opera. They have become outstanding representations of the creative industry and our musicality when it comes to classical performance and rendition. The brand in you just needs a connection to the next brand in someone else. Let me go to my slides. Let me start my slides, please, very, very quickly. Thank you. I'm starting on a sad note. Chesley Christ committed suicide. Can we move it up so we can see her face? Look at the beautiful expression of this woman. Just before she died a year ago, she wrote a letter about her challenge with internet trolling, challenge with time. She was under pressure from time, wanting to be someone, something ahead of a timing. She slotted herself into a timeline that when she didn't see her activation matching with it, she jumped and killed herself. See, when the brand in you begins to challenge you in the place of your identity and reality, when it becomes a crisis of faith, a crisis of personality, what you were looking as at your brand is not your brand. You got to literally de-brand, step away from that and take another look at you. She's got an amazing story about how she became a beauty queen against all the given odds, 5'6", and with her packs because she was always into sport, and they used to laugh at her. But you see, it was the energy, it was her confidence, it was the brand in her, that brand, but something perverted the brand. Something corrupted the brand. The beauty of her brand all of a sudden changed, was altered because something came in there. You must do everything to preserve the brand in you. Next slide altogether. Next slide altogether, thank you. So from the beauty queen, the pageant queen, let's look at the next thing. You're talking about the brand, and like I told you, the brand is all about what? Being real, being articulate and authentic. It's about the new, the novel that is in you. It is also about the power of your distinctivity. Now, when we look at the message that we have here from the brand in you, next please. We're looking at the power of definition, the definition of your distinction. If you take a look at me, the power of red, you take a look at my eyes, what do you see? My bags? You see my eyes. The power of that message in your eyes is a power that must always communicate from you to you. Please go on. Please go on. Thank you. Please, can we move faster? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the brand called you, your brand, your power, your identity, what you are about. How do you claim your power and use it to create? I was just talking about creating, intentionally creating what you curate, what becomes legacy. Because the end of every brand presentation, brand performer is their legacy. It's not just about what people will say after you've left the room, but what people will say after you've left your timeline of life. Legacy must speak. How do you claim your power and use it to create your personal and professional brand, your legacy? We're talking passion, purpose, and career. Let me hold, they always say, it's not enough to be a missionary, giving handouts and doing charitable works. You must determine to be a passionary. Give everything, that passion fruit, that to the next person becomes the power, not just of communicating faith from your brand in you, but the power of communicating faith in them to become the brand they are. Every single one of us has a passion which, directed through our personal inward branding, will bring us to our purpose and will define a career path for us. Considering the key elements of our brand, how do we build our personal brand? And I call the personal brand your brand persona. Your brand persona becomes a walkie-talkie expression of who you are in the moment and in the challenge. I named two things: in the moment and in the challenge. Packaging your brand. You know, I love that one. I said it over and over again in all of the posts I put there. I say what? Package your market to market your package. Why am I particular about this? Chigirl, who is a brand in comedy, a brand in inflectional Nigerian communication. Notice what I said, because Chigirl is completely diaspora school, the British accent. But we all know it's not a British accent that she's using to collect the ego. What is she using? She's using what is indigenous, what is colloquial, or what is authentically her. And she's able to use the power of the brand in her to translate everything into what resonates with everyone in the space of comedy, humor, and impacting and translating that brand in her to where it's not just an economy, but it's also training up skill sets in the creative industry through the power of her brand. From what she said, I connected. Something in me connected. Market, package your market, package your market. And I loved it. And then I said, Chigirl, package your market. And then one day, when I was going through some personal reflection based on personal challenges in my market space with my own personal branding, you know what came to me? Okay, said it 17 years ago. She saw me walk into a room and had all that power. Well, I've been doing this serially, 10,000 hours on a redial everywhere, but there was something still hanging, still missing. I would do all that and I'll find out that I was still minimized in a space of maximal opportunity. And I said, what is wrong here? What isn't connecting? It's not about the people not seeing me. One, I said, I feel like an elephant in the room that everybody walks around ignoring. And honestly, you know what came to me? What is an elephant doing in a room? You have no business, elephant in the room. Can you go find your Serengeti? Because when you're in the right position, people travel from all over the world to come and look at you, elephant. I realized I was positioned wrong. What did this translate to me, therefore? From the elephant picture of moving from the room to my jungle. Because when I own my jungle, I rumble my jungle. I create my rumbles. And with my rumbles, I create my own brand. But there was something else. And it was the fact that, yes, you've been packaging your market, but you've not been marketing your package. And I found out that that had been the principal challenge of my branding. How come it's the first time I'm here on the WIMBIZ platform doing this like this? Because I did not market my package, even though I had my package, my market package. I didn't market. I didn't put myself there. I didn't position myself where I could be seen and where I could be tracked and where I could be followed up. I put myself in a position where I was taken for granted. Why? Not because of them, but because of me. Watch what you're doing with you. I'm talking about the brand in you. Yes, strategies are great. We can go to all the strategy classes and everything, but if it does not happen in you, it cannot happen for you. No one is going to give the opportunity. You give yourself, you give your brand, you position, and you present your brand yourself. Now take a look at this. Olajumoke. Bredo, and her photo bombing with the lens of T.Y. Bello turned her from the bread seller on the street to that model that you see over there. Who is this? If I didn't put his name here, he doesn't. And notice something. What is she wearing? When in doubt, wear red. She was going to sell bread and she wore red. You better package your market and wear your red. She got the attention. Next, let's move. But she got the attention, why? Was she looking exceptionally beautiful? Not necessarily. Was the dress a designer? Probably, we don't know, because it's someone's original design. So yes, it is a designer. But what I want to point out is the fact that it was the brand in who? It was the brand in T.Y. Bello that captured that moment, that saw beyond a bread seller, a profile picture that told another story that we keep on telling. Someone, T.Y. Bello, came along, took a picture. Suddenly the picture became an iconic reference. This picture gave T.Y. Bello all of the representation on global photographic marketplaces, stages. The story of Olajumoke became what? A brand story for T.Y. Bello. That was a life-changing moment for T.Y. and the bread seller, who became a model and a media sensation. Next. Now you see, the important thing is this. T.Y. in that moment did what for T.Y. is T.Y. I mean, did what for T.Y. is T.Y. But ask me, what has Olajumoke done with her own? That is another story. And that requires the brand in Olajumoke to go beyond what was packaged for the global market to now market to the global marketplace. That is Olajumoke's own branding. And in you must find what needs to change and change. And so what is branding? I've already said that. Jeff Bezos stated that branding is what people say about you when you are not in the room. This is not about gossip. It's what resonates once you've left the room. Okay, said, I never told her. I never heard. Okay, came into Lagos and felt like, okay, with all your packaging, honestly, but see what came into Okay. Okay, is now on Awolowo in Ikoyi. Hazaron brand office is one of the most uniquely defined spaces for makeup, for cosmetics, and for training of personnel. Unknown to her, I've been going into her office, sitting down very comfortably and engaging her staff. And her staff have been able to deliver every time. Okay, I've even given them free master classes. If you tell me, they should tell you about that. But when you're no longer in their presence, for me, it's not about what people will say about you. Because let me tell you something, there are people who will not like you anyway. But if you carry your brand right, people will always respect you. But what is more important is about the legacy of your brand. Whatever you're building, don't build it for the moment. Don't build it just because you want to be quoted on the stock exchange. Don't build it just because you want somebody to give you a handshake and give you another award and call you the best this or that in terms of entrepreneurship or whatever advocacy you're into. No, do it because you are building legacy. And once you do this, you know, I heard you say that whatever you do for people, not because you want to exploit them, but because you really want to care concerning them. There is something in you that will always do something extra for the people around you. And when that happens, you will find that the brand in you becomes a celebration all around you. Many of us associate the concept of a carefully considered brand with a company. But in an age of online influence where we ourselves, you yourself are the product, personal branding, persona branding has become even more crucial and critical to what personal success and professional dynamics. Next. The fact is, you have the power to design. I changed that from define. Most people look at brand definition. I say design it first. You must be able to work from pictures to scriptures. Put a picture there. There's a way you saw yourself coming into the room. There's a way I saw myself. I knew I wanted to wear red. I just wanted to wear red. I just had to wear red, and I'm wearing the red. But it's not just about wearing the red. It's also about the fact that I had to wear a pair of red shoes, or shoes that wouldn't hurt my hurting toe. Because right here, believe this woman, I have in this foot, right here, a toe that I hit so badly and stopped so badly, it's swollen. I had to look for this shoe. That's the brand. Please, I thought to myself, should I come with a pair of rubber slippers? I can do it. Talk about that. It would be too much of a distraction. Even if I do it in the moment, you know, then I could come in like we did at the WIMBIZ in-house training, where I'm in my trainers and everything. But how do you know that this is not a trainer's presentation? I just found the right pair of shoes with the right height on the heel that doesn't put pressure on the toe and allows me to wear my brand. It's about you having a picture. And when you work from your picture to script, you will find that you are more innovative, more dynamic in creating what is a sustained brand profile than if you are trying to work with someone's script to create your picture. What is in you is you in what you now show to your audience, whether it is a public that you engage one-on-one who's never met you before, or take, for instance, Dupe came in, am I right, Dupe? Dupe came in here earlier and we're having a challenge of putting this on. She volunteered. She got up immediately, she connected, and I made a connection with her. She told me something about her persona brand. She's a volunteer. Unlike many of us who have a challenge of forming, she didn't just come in, sit in the room and say, well, whatever, they're doing what they're doing, I'm here. No, 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 no. You see, whatever you do, get involved. Whatever you do, kill whatever. Make sure you, the brand in you, will always move away from your comfort zone. I tell people, shy is a killer of brand and a killer of opportunity. There's nothing beautiful in being shy. Shy actually changes and alters the form of your transactional opportunity. Because when you miss it, you miss it. Or because you were what? Shy? What's the worst thing anybody can tell you? No. Or I don't have time. Or something rude. I saw someone yesterday who had an engagement with someone else and it was very difficult. But I love the way she handled it. She maintained her smile. She maintained her style. Later on, I said to the other person, but that was rather rude of you. She said, please, ma, when I come in for something, I'm focused. If somebody really wants to engage me, you don't start waiting for me to come and sit down and have a meeting with you. You had the opportunity. You should have spoken to me then. Did you hear that? She missed the moment and created a state of irritation in this other person who didn't recognize her sitting aside as respect for her space. She just saw it as her not engaging. She said, if she really wanted to work with me, then she should have found something to do. Many people miss it because you don't connect with something to do. Visual and written elements channel a new energy to the space you take up in your world. You must determine that. Look at this stage. It was deliberate. It was deliberate. Everything you see here was deliberate. Yes, it's my brand, Doxa. I could put it in there, but I tell you, may say, but I don't have all she has. But what do you have? You have the capacity to make the room cleaner, to make sure certain things are set straight in proper lines. I had a podium up here. I had it taken down because whoever puts the impression on it did it and it was one side. I said, no way I'm going to have that. I'll walk with straight lines. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it must be a product of intentional excellence. I always say this, excellence, like branding, is not by chance, it's by choice. What do you choose to make the elements of the brand in you? And that is what I call an intrapreneur on the job. You must be able to bring to the job what is in you. If you come to your office every day, your place of assignment, even where you're volunteering, even just waking up as a CEO every day to go into your space, you will do things differently. You don't have to be the CEO to be the differentiation that a CEO brings or is expected to bring into that space. That is the brand in you. Make your presence more memorable. Be intentional. Express a sense of who you are at all times. I am DBL, the voice. The way I speak, how I speak is celebrated, is commended. But I can speak just like anybody else. I can say challenge. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not speaking with a funny accent. Now, for those people who are not from and mind this, when you're doing presentations and we use our colloquialisms like we do in Nigeria, don't presume everybody understands. So please, funny means a highfalutin, phonetical inflection in the way in which you speak. Get it? In other words, funny. You go nasal. You want to really know what's going on here? And everybody's wondering, what did she say? No, I've learned that the best way to accentuate your voice, your language, is just by being authentic. Slow it down. Become clearer, more articulate. Don't try to sound American. I know I sound American because I found out that when I slowed down my voice, I came up with this drawl. I love the drawl. It just kind of goes there. But the fact is, it's a universal accent. Anyone, Chinese, Italian, British, Yoruba, from my deep places where I come from, whoever can hear and understand what I am saying. Let people hear you and understand. Don't be in a hurry to say everything. Yes, I prepared God knows how many slides. I must not present all. But what is important, that I connect with all. Am I connecting? Online, am I connecting? Hands, please let me know if that is. 7 steps towards building your personal brand. Remember, this is about the brand in you. In who? In you. You are the brand. The brand in you is dynamic. The brand in you has its own power to power everything around you, brands around you, to give other brands potentiation. When I go into events and I host and I do what I do, I'm not an MC. I am an enterprise communicator. I'm communicating with the information that is coming through the different communications of presentations that come up stage. So I'm an MC only because I'm standing there, Your Excellency, distinguished guest, and doing that. But what I do differently, what I do that is my distinction, is I'm able to connect the information of one speaker to the next, use it to prepare, use it to summarize, and also to validate what has been said, connecting it to certain facts or something in the room, creating that connection. And at the end of my presentation, people have understood, connected with the empathy of what the whole message was about. What did I do differently? I'm not a comedian, but I get people to laugh. How? I have candor, humor, make you laugh one way or another. Tell you about my toe. Why? I'm being real. I'm being articulate and authentic. That is the brand I am. And that is a brand I've learned to trust and train and respect and give pedigree and dignity to. Because if you do not take care of your brand, it's like not taking care of your pet at home. Decide how you want to be seen. Create a cohesive and authentic personal brand. You need to have a clear focus for how you would like people to perceive you. The way you are perceived is king, but like I said, content is queen. I was thinking today I should have brought a balloon and filled it with some air and allow it to float, and you hit it, and then what happens? You stick it to the pin and pop, it's gone. Perception is a pretty balloon that's here and it's all floating around and it makes everybody happy, right? Balloons make you happy. Yeah, so people come into the room and they're packaged in a way that everybody is happy, but just one pinprick and pop, it's all gone. And they're left with this flabby stuff. It's like, is that what that was? Is that who that is? That is a contradiction to the brand. So yeah, perception is king, but content is queen. Now, look at another ball, the basketball, the football. So you hit it, you move it this way and everything, it's not bursting. You're scoring goals with it, you're throwing catching baskets with it. You see, in that room, it's not just about making people happy like a balloon. The ball is a star, connecting stars, teams, everybody working together. That's the brand. That's the brand you want to be. And you know, a long time ago on CNN, there was this advert about branding. If you stop bouncing the ball, ultimately and eventually, it just rolls away. Don't stop bouncing your brand. Don't stop believing. What's the bounce? It's belief. Do you believe in you? Because the B for the brand is believe in me. I must believe in me to be able to connect whatever is out there. Sociologist Irving Kaufman believed that we adapt who we are in order to keep in step with those we're interacting with, dubbing this self-presentation. You understand? It's like a dance. You adapt, you adapt. You're always adapting and changing. You know, branding is like change. It's constant. You must be innovative. True branding is not just about the fact that you create to curate, but it's about the fact that you move it from that place of curation to the place where it's all about the legacy. Allow it to become not just an expression, but an experiential serial design of who you are. Adapt approach to personal branding according to the situations. In informal settings and situations, you must be dynamic. You must be dynamic. You must have the courage of being dynamic. Okay, I was talking about the fact that this confident woman came into the room, and then I threw something at the class the other day at the WIMBIZ in-house, and I said, what do you see when you see me? Confidence or courage? Let me quickly do that in the room. Confidence, put up your hands. What do you say, confident woman? Courage. Why are you afraid? Which is courage? It's a hand going up or down. So who now let's look at this. Confidence, how many people? Put up your hands. Courage, how many people? You see that? Now, let me quickly state this because of time. What you see is courage. Confidence says, I can do it because I can. Courage says, I'm going to do it even though I know I can't. Do it afraid. That's the brand in me. I will do it. When you take courage, you will grow confidence. So don't wait to be confident about it, all that confident. Just get the measure you need. And with courage, encourage. Courage in you is encourage. Then go out and do the best you know to do. Having done all, stand. Don't fall. Stand. The more you stand having done all, do you know what? You become a standard. You become a reference. You become a representation. Somebody, because you believe so much in the power of your adaptability and your dynamics within the ethos of your own environments of change, you become their inspiration. You can, you will, and you must. Somebody say, I am the brand. And the brand in me is me. Nobody else. Don't give the picture of your brand to anyone else. In practice, when you're with your friends, casual, relaxed, your clothes, your language reflect that. Professional settings, package your market and then market your package. Next, please. Ask yourself pointed questions. The core of my offering to my consumers or audience. What makes me unique? What makes you unique? What makes me mimic? I love it. I love working with words. But I don't just work with words. I swap with my words. I work with my words. I put words in front of me. I let words talk to me. I talk to words. I create words. What makes you unique and allows you to offer your audience something that others don't? Always, always work your differentiation. Work it. What are your strengths? Do you have a distinct style? Understanding and working the answers to these questions is where you now begin to create strategies. You see, I'm learning something. I'm into a new endeavor right now. And I'm discovering that from the place of listening to people's opinions, I'm coming up with strategies. I'm learning how to undo some things I've done in a particular way before. And then I'm learning to do, I'm challenged. You know, I'm like, it's almost like I'm scared, but I'm not scared to the place of fear. I'm scared to the place of Do it. I'm like Atomant and Scrappy Doo. Let me at him. Let me at him. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. That's the brand in me. Something in me that says, go do it, girl. Go do it, Dio. Go do it. I don't know who you are. Tell yourself, I'm going to do it. You're going to do what? Write it down. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Write it down. Write it down now. What are you going to do differently for you? Hello, you are still looking at me. Don't put it in your head. Write it down. Write it down. What am I going to do? What are you going to do? What is she going to do? When? Now. Your strengths, do you have a distinct sound? Know the answers to these questions. Create strategies. Like I said, work with people's opinions. Work with your own, but work away from it. And be careful. Like I said, I started on a sad note with Christy. Yes? Don't work yourself into the corner where you think everything has locked you out and you have to jump to your death. No, there's a new day tomorrow. Have you always got a song? I always have a song. I was doing a photo shoot yesterday. They said, what do you want to start with? I said, give me, I'm coming out. Woo! They said, what next? I said, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the group. I mean, I had a young girl in there. She's like, oh, duh. I said, you don't understand. You really don't understand. The old school, it has me moving to my new school. You've got to choose what the brand in you will speak. Yolanda, I love her song. She says, keep the dream alive. Don't let it die. There's something deep inside keeps inspiring you to try. Then don't stop and don't ever give up on you. Sometimes life will place a stumbling block in your way, but you've got to keep the faith and bring what's deep inside of your heart into the light and never give up. Never give up on you. Don't give up. I sing to myself. I sing to myself, not to sing myself to sleep, but to sing to the brand in me. Don't give up. The brand in you must never give up on you. People can give up on you, they will. But you know what? The brand in you is a living, walking, talking expression of who? Of you. There are many things that make you unique. Write one thing down now. What makes me unique? Write what makes you unique now. My lady in, what do we call that, orange? Like a tangerine. What's your name? Glory. What makes me unique for you? The way I talk, the way I speak. You see that? So I'm DBL the voice. What's your name? Thank you, Glory. And what makes me unique? She's still thinking about it. Why are you thinking about it? You don't know which one. My smile, oh my God. You guys said, oh my God. Because my orthodontist is looking at me like she said, I'm sorry, I know I should have been at the dentist earlier. You know, we all know these things. We've got to do these things, you know. So if you tell me my smile is working, it's okay. No, it's not. Be intentional even about your teeth. Ladies, I was told by my friend, an American, with tears, I'm sorry I have to tell you this. Everything about you is so beautiful. You come into a room, we love the way you're dressed. We call you open your mouth to speak, we love the way you speak. But when we look into your mouth, oh my God. Gloria, I wish I had teeth like you. Do you know how much it costs to have teeth? A mouth with teeth like that? You don't want to know. The reality is I have to earn money to earn what I put in here. So everybody get ready for my next look. So enjoy my smiles for now, but the smiles are going to receive an upgrade. But Anne, now let me ask you, what makes you unique? Now, why would you pause? You're unique, yes? So what makes Anne unique? What's special about you for you? Say it. Your voice. Why were you hesitating? Why were you hesitating? You see, that is the greatest challenge in the face of the brand in you. That hesitation that wants to hold you back, keep you away from the place where you're going to exhale and become the full expression. Go do it, Anne. My voice. Someone said to me the other day, she said, I want to be like you. I want to be more than you. I said, amen. Because my prayer is always that people be 10 times better than me. They said, no, I didn't mean it like that. I said, why not? I already have someone, the person who worked with my first employee in Doxa 21 years ago. She's more than me. She's a serial master's holder. She's a PhD doctorate, this, that. Now she's helped me get to where I need to get to next level. But you know why she's more than me? Because she came through my door. And now that she's more than me, she's bringing me through her door. So who's going to be more than who? But it's not really about who's more than. What I'm simply saying is more is who you are. I have an advocacy for girl child. And what I say is D, dream. It's an acronym, dare to dream. What's in you? The brand in you is a dream, let it come true. R, reach for the stars, stretch, go higher, go further, get there. E, excellence is a choice. Who's your choice? It's never by chance. A, aspire for higher. How? Together. Everybody, lift your hands, hold hands. Now, when I say aspire for higher, go up there. Then hold your hands together. You know why? You will never get there alone. And even if you're attempting to, you should never get there alone. No. Aspire for higher. Real aspiration is everyone coming up together. And then M, more is who I am. More is who I am. More is who I am. Put a dance to it, put a song to it. More is who I am. I got 5 minutes left. Many things make us unique. Find your niche, your value proposition, your value proposition, your value proposition. What value do you bring to your community, to your society, to your table? If you're helping to connect to an audience in a different situation, get to, well, not just the bottom, move all the way to the top of who you are, because the value of you is the brand in you. Next. Well, let's hold it here. What are you bringing to the table? That's why I said go from the bottom to the top. All right? Dream like Martin, lead like Harriet, fight like Malcolm X, think like Garvey, write like Maya Angelou, build like Madam CJ, speak like Frederick Price, educate like WEB, believe like Thurgood, and challenge like Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was a lady. She sat on the bus simply saying, I'm tired. And then Martin Luther got up and said, I have a dream. The dream in you is the brand in you. And like I said, when you bring your brand to the place of being the voice and the message you are, voice plus message will make you the brand. I just want to conclude by stating this. It's not out there, it's in here, in you. This is how I write notes. I write pictures and stuff. And I like the WIMBIZ notebook. It's really cool. Have you all registered for WIMBIZ? Are you all associates? Please make sure you do get registered today. It's not out there, it's in you. It's in your heart, it's in your mind, and it's your being, your body. It's about belief. And where there's no real belief, there's no real brand. Because real branding is about truth and integrity, accountability and stewardship that is in you. You look at the 3 P's of power, position, and how to populate your brand. With power, you're talking about the force, energy, and expression of your brand. With position, we're looking at location, locomotion, and mobility of your brand. And to populate it, we're talking about scaling it, replicating it, and innovating. Brand people are happy people. They make people happy. They carry a DNA of happiness, happy expressions. Brand people brand people. They brand events. That's why you call them in, to have that expression and connection. Your brand persona is in your voice. You are a solution. You create ideas, ideation. You're an innovator. You bring consolation. You potentiate ideas for community around you. You bring a revelation. What is covered, what is obscure, you bring an understanding to it. You are descriptive by the force of your design, by brand innovation. You bring promotion, reconciliation, you potentiate. You bring connection, you bring correction. If you're the right kind of brand, you will bring correction. You will bring correction, you bring sensation. Yes, you're the hype man in the room. And the real brand will bring reputation. You're a healer, you're a reader, you're a writer, you're a go-getter, you're a transcriber, you're a trendsetter. You're always a better version of you. That's who you are. You are experiential. You are the brand in you. And ultimately and eventually, when you look at what the brand in you is about, it will produce through your purpose, personality, and perspective, your pedigree. The pedigree of every brand is what you hone, H-O-N-E, to own. You train it up, cultivate it, keep nurturing it, keep making it better, because there's always a better version of you. And don't wait for it. It doesn't come from a university degree. Get those. It doesn't come from your family and friends affirming you, your frats and your connections. No, it's about you. Taking what is dynamic about you, applauding it, celebrating it, owning it, and understanding. I'm not just the brand in me. I'm all of that. Wow, I'm much more in me. Thank you. And I think I will end me by saying this. Did you all notice this chair? Chair, come here. What is this? A chair with a yellow, a yellow pillow, a yellow cushion. Does that make it a cushion chair? Sorry, that was an attempt at, really bad attempt at a joke. But when you look at yellow, what does it do for you? What is it? It's bright, it's attractive, adds freshness, like lemon, lemonade. Yes, lemon. It's got a zing to it. It's got a zing to it. Okay, please, we need to be seeing. My online audience needs to be seeing what I'm talking about. Thank you, thank you. So, oh, they're seeing. Okay, fine. So you all see the yellow pillow. Online, you see the yellow pillow, yes? If you see yellow, let me see you put yellow up there. But see what happens when you become a real brand. There's always a message. Don't just be a whole cloud of yellow. Be happy. Be bright. Be what? Be who? I dare you, whoever you are, come and sit on this chair now. Hey, I got good takers. And let me give it to this lady here. God, here. Everybody help me celebrate. So now you're on the chair. Tell us about you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Abimbola Olabisi. Broadcast journalist.
Oh.
I work with
NTA. And why are you here today?
because I need to rebrand.
Because you need to rebrand. How many of us are ready to rebrand? All right, please, let's celebrate and put the moment right there. Abimbola, let's take our picture. I don't know I can give her the, I'm still struggling with giving her the cushion.
Oh my God.
But please walk away with the cushion first of all. We'll talk about owning it later on, but at least in the moment, let her have the pillow. I didn't say she'll go home, but let her have the pillow for the moment. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, WIMBIZ.
Oh
Okay,
my God, Daya, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It felt like I was in the classroom again. You really should be a teacher. You really
I said I want to die a teacher. I've said it, I want to die a teacher.
You really should. I mean, all the nuggets we've had today, and I mean, you know that's what you do. Your style of presentation is just amazing. Just please put on your questions. We don't have so much time now, but we just be able to take a few questions. So put in your questions. But Dayo, some of the things that you told us today, just really amazing. And I think you said there is always more in you.
Yes.
And I think especially as women, we limit ourselves because we just say, okay, this is all we're about. And if you have heard Dayo today, whatever you think you have in you, there's always more in you. Thank you for reminding us about that. Your brand is simple and explicit. I'm a sticker for simplicity and elegance. They always say, what's your style? I say simple and elegant.
Wow.
I think it's so important for your brand to be, because when it's simple, then people is easily recognized. Then the message is easily seen. So your brand should be simple and explicit. First impression sustained. That's so powerful. Some people start it and they never sustain it. That's why they said, how many % of businesses last beyond 1 year, 10 years and all that? Just a small number. So first impression sustain. Make sure you run with that tempo. When in doubt, wear red. That was very, very funny. I was laughing. I said, thank God the Zara brand logo is red. So we win in that case. So when in doubt, wear red. But please, when in doubt, wear whatever color that you feel like will make you bold and be yourself. Thank you so much. But Zara is red, so we're good there. Then your brand should be intentional. Remember, I mentioned also that you need to be deliberate. Very, very important. When I started, I was so deliberate about every single detail. The human resource, whenever people come to Zara, they go like Dion mentioned, what's about Zara? Every single person in Zara looks alike because we have built, a brand brings you culture. So, and like I said, the most interesting thing about branding, what I find most interesting is the intangibility of it. And that's why it cannot be copied. So when you're afraid that somebody would copy you, if 10 of you are selling the same products, once you have a brand, it can never be copied. If you have your human resource work with you and they leave, if you have built a brand, it can never be copied because it's intangible. You cannot copy what you cannot hold. Do you understand? So part of it is your culture, your human resource, the way you act and the way you have built everything, just everything around the business. So you have to be deliberate about it. It's distinct and it's unique. I'm sure we know that. Do everything to preserve your brand. Please preserve your brand, please. And I'll go back to it being unique. You have to be unique to your brand. I remember a few months ago, at some point, you know how businesses, I think we're struggling with figures, and we were looking online and we saw that people were doing all sorts of things. And one of the things they were doing online to sell products is some people began to dance, you know, and just be all over the place and all that. And we were like, what's going on? And we were getting traction out there. And my people were like, boss, this is what's happening now and all that. I'm like, you really want to go and be that? Is that what you represent out there? First of all, what happens to you is that if you copy the second person, you can't win because that's who they are. They are unique there. People that dance, they know how to dance. When I say dance, it's like they're out there, they're speaking, they're talking, they're interacting more. Your uniqueness is that you're very professional as a brand, Zara Cosmetics. Be unique there, and you must win in your area of uniqueness. So don't just be unique, but make sure that whatever area of your uniqueness you are as a brand, you're winning there. So stick to your uniqueness and make sure you win there. Very, very important. Package your markets. I love Chigo. Chigo is my girl. So package your markets. But the most interesting part of that, Dayo added, market your package. Please, ladies, you must market your package. And I think just coming from a marketing perspective, which is Zenith Bank, once you work in Nigerian banking, you speak dream and work bank and marketing. That really helped me when I started my business. So kudos to that. For those of you that don't have it, please, it's so important. They said the best product don't always sell, is the best marketing. Because if you do have a product and people don't know about it, then nobody appreciates it. So you see a lot of brands out there and they're doing really well, but other people have way better product, but nobody knows about your product and it's not going to make any headway. So make sure you market. I want to sound like Chico, market your package. It's so important. And for some of you so you might have heard my story, you came from marketing background, but I don't have that background. What do I do? You are not at loss in any way. Get the resource you don't have. That's what's important. Get the resource you don't have. Get somebody that has marketing background and is very good in that area and market your package. But you must make sure that you market your package. Excellence is not by chance, it's by choice. Sometimes my people think I'm overbearing and I'm always screaming, that's not your brand. You must every little detail just counts. And I see everything because it's so important. I'm like, this is a brand reputation and people begin to trust that brand. One of the most important factors of branding is the emotional connection people have built over years with your brand. So you have to be careful. You have to make sure that you deliver that trust they have gained in you. So you must stay at that pace of excellence and you must grow from there. So it's very, very important. Please make sure that you are excellent in your branding. And of course, I mean, there were so many, we don't have time to go through it all, but the final thing I will talk about is your brand as your legacy. Thank you so much, Dayo, because this is very emotional to me, especially as a single mom, and especially as I always define myself as, okay, mother, I say I'm a widow, I'm a Christian in the marketplace, I'm a single mom. And just by the experience I have, I know that I just want to leave a legacy and for my children, because I have 2 girls, and just make them really, really proud. And just by what I have done, I believe I've done the work. I really do. I've always wanted to build a brand that would outlive me and grow from there. So we'll just take and quickly take some questions right now. I hope your questions are up. Just 1 second. I'm trying to navigate this. I'm not able to pull out the chat. Oh, the Q&A, oh, sorry, it's on a separate folder. Yes, somebody says, I'm a shy lady and I work in the HR department. People perceive my shyness for being snobby or rude. How do I overcome this? I do not like it at all. Daya, we take that. What are the possible ways of growing brand can connect with mentors to grow and be better without, of course, altering its authenticity? Then Daya, I'm just running through them so that you can take 3 questions at the same time. Yeah. Honestly, the facilitator is too precious for me. Or I do not have any questions than to hasten her up to do the needful. Fantastic. So Dayo, can you take, I think there are just 2 questions from Nena and from, the second person doesn't have her name there. So can you just please take this for starters? Yes,
well, the first one, you know, the challenge of being shy. I know many people laugh when I tell them I had and I have a challenge with shyness. I heard someone go, yeah. Also with the imposter challenge where I felt I didn't qualify, I wasn't good enough for the kind of commendations that people would give me. But I will tell you this, shy, like I said, is a killer. You must be very deliberate about dealing with it like a cockroach in the room. Why did I use that expression? Because when I found out that I had the imposter challenge syndrome, I went, oh, wow, you mean it's real? What I've been thinking is a real scenario that has a psychological reference. You understand? Oh my goodness, okay, that's what that is. Honestly, I just squished it out like a cockroach. I don't like killing cockroaches, but when I see them, I have built up enough courage to squish them. I don't just chase them out because I don't want them to go, you know, reproduce themselves and they're kind. No, no, no. The one I see, I make sure I destroy. So once you find out things, you know, like I've just learned every day, like I say, I'm not confident. I'm more courageous than confident. Build your courage, go anyway, and go up to people. Today I had an interesting engagement. I have a challenge with remembering faces. So I have this challenge where people think I'm snubbing them in the room. The truth of the matter is I've forgotten the face. I don't know what it is, but there are things I do that everybody can't do as well. So, I mean, if I forget a face, I just have to I had to make a very sincere overture to the person to let them know, I'm really sorry. This is a challenge I have. I might as well come out with it and let you know. And next time you see me, just be in my face and let me know. And, you know, it just helped, not just her, but a lot of people in the room who probably had seen me as being that kind of person who snubs and not, you know, saying hello. I say hello to everybody, but, you know, if you've known someone and you greet someone, you know, in a way in which they know you have not recognized them, it creates that sense of where's she coming from. So I would encourage you I don't want you to waste time and say, oh, go through some soul searching or anything like that. See, just be courageous. Just go ahead, kill that cockroach, move on to the next things next. You're already there. You're an amazing personality. You're in human resources. Come on now. Come on now. How do you connect to the next human without your being able to communicate to them? Start with someone. You know what's going on in people's lives. Start by connecting with their need, with an area of help. And as you start from the position of a counselor, you become more and more courageous about extending yourself and speaking with people. So don't do it to impress anybody. Do it to bless everybody. This is what I simply say. So I've learned to be that kind of courageous. And I found out that it's just a blessing to be a counselor. As a human resource person, you know people's issues. You're not going about telling anyone, but you can call people in, you can encourage them, you can grow them in their places of assignment. And as you do that, you will become renowned for your kindness and for your connection with human experience. For the other person, okay, what was that question really? The other question. I saw someone asking for a mentor, and I'd like to say this. Auntie Ibukun Awoshika is not somebody I know personally, person to person like that, but I see her as a mentor. I've only had one hour during a very busy day of her life, which she gave to me, but it was all the hour I have ever needed from Auntie. I look forward to more opportunities, but you know what? Go on in life, do what you're doing and keep building. And many times when we're looking for mentors, we don't even realize that we are the mentors ourselves. That's a brand in you. I tell people, go and find somewhere around in your community to go and be a blessing. Go to a secondary school, a government secondary school. Go somewhere. Go and share with children, with youth in your community of faith, whether you're Muslim or Christian. Go and find, a lot of young people need help. Find single mothers, encourage them. Oh, we encourage you, okay. God bless you. You know, I always say that the God of the single mother is like the God of the widow. He's their husband and he's their daddy. And the truth of the matter is, go out of your way to be a mentor to others, and you will find that you attract mentors to yourself. I have all kinds, well, even more than mentors, I attract mommies. I have moms. I have amazing mamas that embrace me, that give me opportunities and platforms. Mommy Emzo, I call her Mommy Emzo, Stella Okuli. Dr. Stella Okuli is an incredible mentor for me within the entrepreneurial reference and framework of engagements. I mean, I find her just amazing, just amazing. Mama Cecilia Ibru had been a blessing. She was one that introduced me to Mommy Stella Okoli. And you see, all these women, they all have a matriarchy when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to leadership, through their personal brands, just their personalities. I encourage all of us, please, become mentors to people around you. There is a generation that you can impact. Dupe came in here and assisted me with getting something done. Always volunteer to make someone happier than when they came in. Go out of your way, go into a room. Most times you're going for a cocktail. You're also dressed up and you're not connecting with people in the room. It's not just about the drinks and the canapes. It's not just about the next business deal you can get from someone in the room. Look around the room. There's always someone that needs you to connect with them, to encourage them. And you know, somehow I always find them. Watch, you might see somebody trying to leave early. You can just kind of sidle along and say, oh, hi, my name is so and so, get talking. What do you do? And you'll be amazed. I have a friend of mine who says she just learned that recently from me, and everything about her has started changing. I mean, the scale at which she's engaging is something else. So you can do it, and you must. We must. We can all become better versions of ourselves. That's why I say the brand in you more is who you are.
Thank you so much, Dayo. Amazing. We really have so many amazing questions to answer today. And it's always like that because we never have enough time. There's never enough time. So I think WIMBIZ will go through some of the questions and post the answers online. I've seen so many people wanted to be members. At the end of the day, WIMBIZ will tell you how to be a member. So there's a platform and a channel that you would go through where they'll post answers to some of the questions here. So sadly, that's all we can take today. I also read someone ask about transitioning from her career to something else. My experience when I wanted to do that, I always say, go back to the drawing board. I went back to school. I went to do an MBA to learn how to run a business properly. So always go gain knowledge. Very, very important. So thank you so much. Ask questions. If you might not have money to go to do an MBA like I do, but all the resources you need is online. There are free courses online. There's everything you need to know online. Just put in the time and you will get exactly the answers. Like Dayo just mentioned too, look for people to talk to, look for people that have been through it, do your survey, just ask questions, and I'm sure you'll be fine. So I think this is one of the best parts of the events today, and we're going to hand over to Mary Jane now. So, okay, I think somebody just said we can take some more questions later. We're going to hand over to Mary Jane now, the amazing Mary Jane. I call her my right wing, my left wing, on my all wing. And we've been on this journey from the first day. So part of what you see in Zaron and the brand that you have become to love, Mary Jane is one of the critical parts of what you have seen today. I love her passionately. And she's going to, who is the model you have there? Okay.
I have
she's going to walk you through the woman on the go. And we're very particular about the woman on the go because that's you, the WIMBIZ woman, every woman, because we know that if you're a WIMBIZ woman, that means you're on the go. You're quick, you're fast, you're ready for the next meeting. How do you get a proper look in so short a time as a woman on the go? So MJ, love you. Take over.
Love you too, boss. Thank you so much. And wow, it's been an amazing afternoon. So much to learn. I wish we had so much more time, but unfortunately we don't. So thank you, WIMBIZ, for this platform. And hello, everyone. My name is Mary Jane, like my boss introduced. I am General Manager, Zaron Cosmetics. And I'm very excited to be with you this afternoon as I take you through very easy, very quick tips on how you can go pam, pam, pam on your makeup, because we know that it's usually a concern for working women on the go. And so we're not going to stretch this for too long. We're going to make it as easy and as interactive as possible. So feel free to ask questions and let us know what your concerns are. We will take as much as we can during our slot, which is 20 minutes, and then we can take the rest later. Also, very importantly and very excitingly, I should tell you that we have a discount code for 20% off all Zaron products today. So you WIMBIZ attendees of this program can enjoy 20% off all Zaron makeup Skin by Zaron products. That's super exciting. So the WIMBIZ team is going to share that link, so you can click on the link and head on to shop. So we'll get right to it. This is Jumoke. Good afternoon. And then the SPF Day Cream. So this is for moisture and protection against the harmful rays of the sun. And then we've also prepped using the face primer. So that's for helping your makeup stay on longer and wear easier and just blend in nicer. And then we're also going to start using the Brown Skin Foundation and Powder. So this is Brown Skin in Leather. The Brown Skin Foundation and Powder range is an amazing new range of products that we've introduced to help solve those needs that we have as women of color, finding the right shade, having the right texture, coverage, lightweight feel. Everything was considered when we were manufacturing or when we're producing the Brown Skin range. So I'm applying Brown Skin on Jumoke. And like I said, this is leather, using the multi-purpose brush, which is great for easy blending, easy application. It's multi-purpose because you can use it for more than what I'm using it for now. You can use it for powder products, being your compact, You can use it for your hands. You can use it, I mean, the list too, just a little bit of way. Thank you, Jim. So I'm going to spread that easily and evenly over Jumoke's face. And because we are working women on the go, we don't have all the time in the world. We just want to go quick in and out of makeup. So I'm focusing more on areas that I really need coverage, which would be around under her eyes, her cheek area, and then just blending it to make it look really natural and really clean. So it's not a lot of products, just a little bit goes a long way. Okay, that was foundation application using the multipurpose brush. Jumoke has a bit of a dark circle going on, so I'll just go over that a little more. Again, don't use too much a lot with powder. And then if you have concealer, the liquid highlight and concealer for your highlights and concealing purposes, but because we're just working with a few products, I'm using my foundation to tidy it up. And then the next product is the powder, which I'm just Oh, sorry, I just realized I was muted. I was talking about eyebrows, which is very important, by the way. Most women struggle and they really don't know how to work their eyebrows. So you don't have to do too much. What you need to focus on is areas that you have less hair or sparse hair, and just fill out to, I'm using 2 shades of brown from the eyebrow definer. So use that to fill out and cover up areas that you really want to cover. Now, remember, you don't have to aim for perfection. Just give yourself a nice shape that works with your face. So stay within your natural brow space. And then I'm just going to brush that in. I didn't do too much, just a little bit goes a long way. So same thing on the other eyebrow. Just a little bit of product. Fill out the sparse areas. Don't try to aim for perfection. And there you go, eyebrows done. So again, we brush to blend everything in. So her brows are done. If we had time, we would go in with eyeshadow. I think I can do a bit of that. Using the face definer. So I'll just use a brown and just go over her eyelid, just to dust on a bit of color. You can do this with any color of your choice. So a little bit of brown on her lid using the face definer. You can also use the eyeshadow palette in Smudged. We have an eyeshadow, 9-in-1 eyeshadow palette that offers different shades that you can use to quickly just dust on something on your eyelid if you're an eyeshadow person. And even if you're not an eyeshadow person, you can try this. It really makes your face look nice. So teeny bits of eyeshadow, and then next thing would be eyeliner. Now I'm working with the pencil. Nothing complicated, nothing too serious. It's just a black kohl pencil. And this pencil is called Black Velvet. Now I'm going to line, please open. You can decide to line your waterline or your eyelid, or both. but I'm lining Jumoke's waterline only. So this is Black Velvet lining her waterline, and I'll do that to the other eye. Just to define her eyes and make them look nice and alive. Yeah? Next would be mascara. Now, a lot of us cannot do without mascara. I'm one of those people, I cannot do without mascara. And this is the lengthening mascara. We have other options like the volumizing mascara, the 4-in-1 wink mascara. You can explore options. I mean, if you're looking for length, if you're looking for volume, the options are there for you to pick from. We also have Lashed Out from the XOXO range. So mascara for me is a must. I think it's one of those things that I'll always have in my purse. Even if I was to have 2 products, 3 products, one of them would definitely be mascara. So this is the lengthening mascara, just to define Jumoke's eyelashes and draw attention to her eyes, because they say your eyes are the mirror. Okay, how is this said? The eyes are the mirrors to the soul, or something like that. So yeah, let's make sure that that mirror looks its best, at least as much as we can. So that's lengthening mascara. If you're like me and you have, you really love to do your lower lashes, then go ahead and do that. I can't wear mascara without touching my lower lashes. Yeah. So the great thing about the wink mascara is that it has different brush sizes that offers you length, volume, offers you curl, and offers you a brush for your underlash. So that might be easy for you if you could explore that. So that's it. Mascara done. I'm going to line her lips now. I'm using a brown pencil called Bold, just for definition. Sometimes we wear lip gloss without having to line. You don't necessarily have to line all the time. But what lining your lips does is it just gives you a nice definition. And brown is a go-to color because brown would work with every color, any and every color. So this is a nice brown from the Zaron range. It's called Bold. Please smack. I asked her to smack because I want to blend the lip liner so it's not too bold around the edges, and it blends in with the lip color I'm about to use, which is Vamp.
The lip brush is from Deluxe.
Oh yeah, the lip brush is from the Deluxe brush set as well. So I've blended her lip liner, and then I'm adding on lip gloss. This is Vamped. I decided to go with a bit of color. It's quite soft. Like we said, we are working women on the go. We don't want to be too dramatic, but hey, who knows what your job offers. So if you want a bit more color, go ahead and enjoy. But for today, we're having Vamped lip gloss, and I'll just use that over Jumoke's lips. Vamped is actually one of my favorites. Okay, so you can do that, or you can just apply at the top and at the bottom. There you go. Her lips are done. Smack again, please. Thank you. I think we can still squeeze in a little bit of contouring.
Yay.
I'm using the brush from the same brush I used on her, on the multipurpose brush. So I'm going to do a teeny weeny bit of contouring just to define the cheeks. I know I like to look a little bit more contoured and have like a more structured look. And I know that a lot of women like that too. So that's it. I just contoured her cheeks, a little bit on her nose. You can contour around your forehead just to give definition. But we're just going to move into a bronzer. If you would like a bit of a glow, just a tiny bit of that on your cheekbone. All the brushes I'm using, apart from the multipurpose brush, are from the Deluxe brush set. So there you go. On your nose, if you like, on your forehead a little bit if you like, just a bit of a glow, just to give your face that lift. And we're done. Now, to wrap this all up, I'm going to spray on the Perfect Finish spray. It's an amazing spray that just sets and settles everything in. So don't be shy, use as much as you like, enjoy, and bathe in it. I like to say bathe in it. And we're done.
Yeah.
tell us what you think. I don't know how long we took. I think that might have been about 10, 12 minutes. I'm not sure. But Jumoke is set to go. And trust me, this is typical me. I just go bam, 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 bam. It's not difficult. It's not a lot of products. And it's very easy. So like I said, you can enjoy 20% today. You don't want to miss that, as you're special and you're here today. So go on and shop. The link is shared or would be shared with you. And go ahead with your questions. If we can take them here, we will, or we take them later. Thank you.
Great. Let's put our hands together and appreciate Mary Jane, the Zaron brand, and of course, another Olajumoke. You see, they all just love looking good. Let's put our hands together and really appreciate. That was lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, for women on the go, please make sure you get your makeup right. And like I always say, don't try to look like Beyonce or Rihanna. Just look like you. Whatever your contour is. I'm always, myself and my makeup people, we're always working and I say, look, I don't need too much foundation on my foundation. I've got enough there. Let's keep going. It's something else. But you know, the most important thing is working that. So let's look at the questions. I understand there are 49 questions. Once again, if I didn't appreciate, Mary Jane, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you for the team. How do you handle the fear of first impression? It's so difficult trying to ensure, okay, I'm trying to see, can you please move that up so I can, yeah, it's so difficult to correct it. Oh dear, to correct it once, you know, there's been a challenge. Well, you know, the fact of the matter is this: first impression is first impression. Always, always, wherever you are in life, there's always a first impression factor. So don't be careless about you. There's an expression that says that what you're casual about, you'll end up a casualty of. So don't just work an impression, just work a connection. If you are authentic and real about making a connection in the room, you'll always make the best first impression. Today, I didn't know I was going to be interviewed for, there's this UN assignment coming up. I didn't know it was an interview. And they had everybody around and then they asked me a question and the guy is like, he's really concerned about this and that. What I don't know, I'm confident to say I don't know. And I simply told them, I said, I'm as good as you make me look. So I asked my clients, what do you want me to say? How do you want me to say what needs to be said? And then, okay, you know, I don't speak French yet, except play with it. And I said, well, no problem. And it really isn't, because I'll give an opportunity to someone else to be in the room with me to translate what I'm saying or summarize what I've said in French or in Spanish. And that way I keep the communication channel working. So the most important thing is understand you're a solution provider, always be confident about making the first connection, and you will always establish the right first impression. How do you learn to speak slowly so you can connect with those listening to you? How do you learn to speak slowly so you can connect with those listening to you? How do you learn to speak slower if, just like I'm doing? Listen to yourself. I learned to listen to myself. Actually, that's where I learned I was shy. I'm shy about looking at myself. When I do events or, you know, and I go back to look at me, I'm shy. Or people are in a room and I've got to look at me, I'm shy. Put me in a room with 1,000 people, yeah, hello. Put me in a room with 2 people, I'm shy. Yeah, you understand? So shy is real, you got to deal with it. Even as wives, let me go there. Don't be shy with this matter. The men need the action. That shy thing is a killer, even in marriage. There's no such thing as being shy with your, we'll go there another time. But what I'm simply saying is deal with shy. I need more clarity on positioning for someone trying to build her brand. First and foremost, don't see yourself as trying. See yourself as always building your brand. The fact that you are not as perfect as the next brand that you are comparing yourself to means you are not wise. Don't compare yourself with any other brand. Learn from other brands, but keep working on you. The greatest room, biggest room in the world is what? The room of improvement. So keep improving, keep working your brand, keep learning. Did I get the color right? May I have too many words in there? Like I said, we did something that was practical earlier when I came in. working on how we kept working the brand in you until we came to the right statement and we came to the right font design and presentation of what you're seeing. So the brand in you is just what it is, okay? How do you, what if you're not allowed to the table? Do you create your own table or bring a folding chair to the table? God bless you. Whatever you do, break the roof, get in there, kick the table out of the way and say, excuse me, I'm here. No, like seriously, actually, just find the most elegant way to position yourself. You may not get into the room, but you can position yourself kind of just to be in the ladies. Let me tell you, one of the most powerful things to do, where there's a power meeting going on, if you can put some funding together, check into the same hotel. You'll have breakfast where the CEOs are. You go there. Go there. Don't stay. No, don't go. Check into the same hotel. Do that. Don't go to a cheaper hotel so that you can be going back. No, the extra cost, and you go there intentional. Let me tell you, we see girls who are intentional about who they want to sleep with on certain floors in hotels. They pay to get to that floor. And when they get on the floor, they don't need to pay no more. So you make up your mind where you want to be seen, where you want to be heard, and you package your market. Get there and make sure you're ready for, and it's not when you meet someone, they say, you see, this is what I do, and I'm looking for, you're not looking for something. Make them look at you and know they're looking for you. And one thing that is important, always contribute to the conversation. Volunteer, I mean, they say, put up your hand. If you are not sure what you're going to say at first, then quickly organize what am I about to say. And that's why I also say, take notes, make notes while you're in the room, because your notes will always be a lifesaver, and your notes always make you look loads more intelligent than you were when you came into the room. I have a lot of information I learned on the spot, but many people think I researched it. Okay, now I'm giving away too much. But you got it? You got it. All right. How do I begin to market your package? How now? How? Now! If not now, then when? Package. Learn to strut. Don't just walk. Learn how to put your look right. Say, woman on the go. Go, go, go until you hear no. And when you hear no, check it out. If it's someone who's just trying to waste your time, gone. All right? Move, move, move. Carpe diem. Seize the moment. You may make a mistake, but it's just a mistake. You'll get better at it next time. So, how can we practically remove the limitation that's been, you see, that's what you call SLBs, self-limiting beliefs. You believe things about yourself that people have said to you, said about you, or you've imagined. Do you know most times you've imagined what people said? They haven't actually said it, but you looked at their eyes and you said, I know what she's thinking. Who said you know? Sadly, this is the unfortunate experience of a lot of us as women. You just look at someone and say they got an attitude towards you. I don't know why they don't like me. They don't like you. Honestly, that's where to put whatever. Like yourself. That's why I always say when you post anything, like yourself first. All of you that chase me, anytime I post something before, I have to wait quickly before I say, boom, I put it there. I like myself first. But these days, I don't know, I keep saying it. I come in sometimes third position or something. Like you. My first face on Facebook is me. My first follower on Instagram instantly is me. And that's where you've got to work your digital footprints. Just how do you express yourself where you are? You understand? Don't jump in. Like there are certain things I've been rehearsing with before I get into certain other areas of digital expression, virtual identity. Yes, I was saying the other day, I want to do TikTok. So some younger people in the room said, no, ma, just leave that TikTok thing alone. You know, just try this. But I'm like, because you know what? I want to go where the youth go. Because where the youth go is where the future is going. It's where the future is coming. It's where the brands are looking. So if you can find a way to connect with them rather than keep on correcting them, I promise you there's a lot you can learn from the youth next door that would encourage you and the brand in you. All right. So how do you manage a personal brand that is into so many things? Story of my life. Keep managing. I don't like using the word managing. What I would like to say is don't manage, but push yourself. Go further every time. I keep learning that I can do more. That's why I've learned that more is who I am. I keep learning that I can do it better. Do you understand? I always say that I don't cope. I'm just in God's hands, yes. But even then, I don't want to communicate the wrong message, because some people will say, okay, this God thing, once I pray, oh God, help me today, and then you go out and you don't engage with works, your faith is a zero, nothing happening. So keep at it. Keep working your personality into your brands. Keep working, and when I say, and it has to be the right personality. Thank you very much. It has to be the right personality. Where am I now? Next, go on. For someone who finds it difficult to identify what is unique about oneself, how would you advise getting started? Take a good look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am unique. Start there by telling yourself who you are, because the Creator didn't create anyone the same as anyone else. So already that's who you are. In a world when you can choose to be anyone, choose to be yourself. I don't even know whose quote that is, but I have it stuck on my mirror. And every day I go to my mirror to change or do something, it's there. I had another statement that I have that is imprinted in me from the time I did my, what's it called? My senior school exams, WIAC. I got it as a success card. Henry Thoreau saying, if one advances confidently in the direction of his or her dreams, let me just step there. You must advance with confidence. You cannot be timid about advancing, not to talk of being timid in the face of your own dream. You don't need anybody's permission to live the life of your dreams, and you don't need anybody's permission to begin at your beginning. So go for it. Go for it. How can I be more visible in a space that looks congested? See, be original. Be the brand you are. Be real. A visible voice for voices speaking makes you the real McCoy. Always find a way to be that person. Become a visible voice. Whether it's going to be with your, even before the podcast come and everything, I don't have a podcast out there. I'm very organic in the way in which I've grown my followership and my visibility. But you know what? It has become the strength and the power of my own dynamic. This is not something I have to rehearse to do. It's something I am. And because it is what I am, it is what I do serially without having to work it or do it. But you see, you get more lethal when you get more deliberate and intentional about scaling what you do better next time. Okay? I'm wowed. Oh, thank you. Please, how can I become a member, active member of WIMBIZ? We're going to do that. Okay, they're going to put it online. It's going to put online. And I want to say this for certain people who are looking for mentors, right? Escaping your tormentors. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. I'm so sorry. But the truth of the matter is, WIMBIZ is an excellent platform for you to engage. Most times, people are looking for mentors. They're looking for people they want to be in their houses, to be with them. No. Just learn from profiles. You have people there, join their meetings, get on these kind of engagements, and you learn. That's how you grow. That is how you grow. The little tree next to the big tree or in a garden doesn't say, when I get closer to that tree, I'll be mentored by that tree. It's in you. So get rooted and keep spreading. And the connections will come ultimately and eventually. So I believe that, any more questions? Any more questions? I love the questions. I love the questions. I love the questions. Any questions in the house? Any questions in the house? No. Okay. So is that a wrap? Visible. Think it's done. Thank you for a wonderful delivery. My question is, okay, that's it. Yes, can we have the complete slides? Yes, I will have the complete slides sent to the WIMBIZ team in-house, and we will have that and have it put across. Thank you. And then, of course, when it comes to my own time of hosting you to my masterclasses, I'll be happy to have you there. I started on a sad note. I will end on a happy one. The happy one, the happy one is simply this. You know, I was talking about brand becoming legacy. And so in 2019, I went to a school in Abuja, Government Girls Secondary School, and I started working with a number of them there, 50 of them out of 2,000 and something. Eventually, the 50 girls became profile girls, and our plan was to have them go to the UN, then COVID struck. But even with those dream girls, we kept working with them. And just recently, one of them, against all odds, made it into Yaba College of Technology. Now, for me, the celebration of this is simply this. Thank you. She had absolutely no opportunity. She had been told she should leave school. Her father couldn't afford it anymore. Her mother had abandoned her, and that was it. But the intervention came with the project. She was one out of many. Everyone is doing this, but I'm profiling, spotlighting Tosin in particular, because what she is an expression of brand becoming legacy. And everything that she has become wasn't because someone just helped her. It was because she helped herself too. She started by believing in herself, because the first thing she told me was, I can't speak English. And then she started, yes, there she is when we're giving the testimony. And today, I discovered she's got this incredible talent with fine art. And so I said, if this girl is going to go to school, rather than struggle, I mean, her English that she said, oh, I can't speak English, why help me? And all of that. You should see her now. Even though it may not be perfect, you can understand what Tosin is saying. She's built the confidence. The brand in her is growing to the point now we are trying to control her attitude and retrain her, rescale that. But you know, the brand in her is a fighter, and that is what has made her who she is. So today, you don't know where your legacy will go, but make it go where it needs to go. WIMBIZ, thank you. Over to my in-house team. There they are. Where are they? I think we're supposed to be going to the WIMBIZ headquarters, and there's some announcements, some membership and other announcements that will be coming up. Like I said, for my in-house team, thank you very much. And it's been such a joy having you here with me, honestly. Yes, the feedback matters. That is critical. Please, let's have your feedback. Let me have your feedback and let me know what I can do to become a better version of what I'm doing. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. We're very happy to have you, and I hope you enjoyed this section. It was quite a very fantastic one. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please, WIMBIZ HQ, can you put on the evaluation form on the chat box? If you've not filled the evaluation form, please do so now. The link will be dropped on the chat box. We'd like to have your feedback. Thank you very much. Once again, I would like to appreciate our sponsors, Zaron Cosmetic and Doza Digital. We want to thank them for supporting the February edition of the WIMBIZ 2022 e-Roundtable. Also, would like to appreciate our speaker for today, Mrs. Dayo Benjamin Lani. Thank you for the wonderful section. We also want to appreciate Mrs. OK Madwesi for moderating this section, and Mrs. Jumaya Logu for being the anchor for this section. Thank you very much. We kindly invite our dear participants who are not WIMBIZ associates to join us today. We appreciate our associates that have renewed their membership dues, and we encourage those that are yet to renew theirs to do so. For inquiries, please contact via email membership@wimbiz.org. So please listen for the upcoming WIMBIZ programs. For the WIMBIZ mentoring program, we have limited slots and the deadline for registration is February 7, 2022. So if you've not registered, please sign up. I see so many people asking on the chat. I would love to be mentored. This is a great opportunity for you to get mentored by women who have attained leadership positions in different sectors of the economy. So please utilize this opportunity. You can check our website. You can also check our social media handles and get more information about the mentoring program. Please sign up. The deadline is Monday, February 7, 2022. Also, we also need mentors for the WIMBIZ mentoring program. If you feel you want to volunteer to be a mentor, to lend a helping hand, or to help young women build their careers, we'd like you to sign up to be a mentor. Thank you very much. Also, we have the WIMBIZ Women in Politics mentoring program. The registration is ongoing and will be closing February 5th, 2022. So if you'd like to be mentored, if you are interested in politics, willing to participate in any political level at all, there's an opportunity for you to get mentored by women and men who are more experienced in this area. Please follow us on our social media handles, LinkedIn at Women in Management, Business and Public Service, on Twitter at WIMBIZ, and on Instagram, WIMBIZNG. As you all know, we're in February 2022 and a season of love. We encourage you to reach out to your loved ones. It's a season to give gifts to our loved ones, to our colleagues, to our families. And we also have the WIMBIZ Inspire Me. It's an item, it's a book you can give to your loved ones, to your colleagues, to people in your industry, and to all in your network. To have an access to the Inspire Me, you can reach out to us via membership at wimbiz.org, or call any of our numbers, or you can reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. Thank you very much. I sincerely want to appreciate the speaker, the moderator, and the anchor once again, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.